Hi everybody, in this lesson we're going to look at some common mistakes with comparative forms. So if you want to improve your professional English, keep watching. Welcome back to English for Professionals. I'm Derek and I'm here with another short lesson for you busy people out there. So let's take a look at this. What's the problem here? Well, we shouldn't say more better. We should just say better. So the last marketing campaign was better than the one before. The last marketing campaign was better than the one before. We use more with longer adjectives like successful, difficult, important, or interesting. For example, the last marketing campaign was more successful than the one before. The last marketing campaign was more successful than the one before. So don't say more better, say better. Only use more with longer adjectives. If we want to make better stronger, we can use the following. We can say much better, a lot better, or far better. The last marketing campaign was much better than the one before. The last marketing campaign was a lot better than the one before. Or the last marketing campaign was far better than the one before. But be careful not to say much more better. Okay? Much better, much easier, and so on. Now let's have a look at the second example. Can you see the mistake here? Well, we shouldn't say more interesting as, we should say more interesting than. So it's always more than, more than. This conference is more interesting than the one last year. This conference is more interesting than the one last year. And now for our last example. So what's wrong here? Well, we shouldn't use so. Don't say not so successful as, say not as successful as. So we need as twice. She's not as successful as her sister. She's not as successful as her sister. Before we finish, let's do a quick recap. Don't say the last marketing campaign was more better than the one before. Say the last marketing campaign was better than the one before. Only use more with longer adjectives, more interesting, more important, etc. For example, the last marketing campaign was more successful than the one before. The last marketing campaign was more successful than the one before. If you want to make better stronger, use much, a lot, or far. Don't say, this conference is more interesting as the one last year. Say, this conference is more interesting than the one last year. And finally, don't say, she's not so successful as her sister. Say, she's not as successful as her sister. That brings us to the end of another short lesson. I hope you liked it and I hope it helps you to stop making those common mistakes. If you did like it, press the like button and don't forget to share it with your friends and colleagues. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. Hit the subscribe button and click on the little bell and join my email list. Every 2 weeks I send out my vocabulary newsletter with additional business English, words from the news and everyday English for you to learn. So check it out, the link is in the description below. Thanks a lot for watching and see you soon.